Hello, Pastor Don Erickson here on a Friday morning, June the 11th. I'm the pastor at Rock of Ages Lutheran Church, Wildwood, Florida, the Villages. For those of you who are new to this is the daily time of scripture reading and prayer that we've been doing now for, ever since about March 20th or thereabouts of last year. So as we come to the end of this week, I have a reflection that I'd like to share with you. You know, at Rock of Ages, we started doing Bible studies via Zoom because we could not connect in person at our church. And over the past any number of months, we've done several different studies. The most recent one that we have done was entitled The Walk. And it's based on a book by Pastor Adam Hamilton, the founding pastor of the United Methodist Church of the Resurrection in Leawood, Kansas. And it was a 6-week study on the aspects of discipleship that are absolutely core to how it is we live out our lives as practicing Christians. And so I wanted to kind of recap that with you because of the importance that I think it plays in how we live out our lives on a day-to-day basis. There were 5 basic practices that were in the book that we studied each week. And the first one was worship and prayer. Now, that may seem like an obvious thing to you, but you know, if you're going to become a practicing disciple, if you're going to feel confident in your ability to spread the good news, you have to be strengthened yourself in the Word. And that happens by coming to worship and spending time in prayer. The second aspect of being a disciple was study. You can't just listen to a sermon once a week. You need to study the Word. And by study, that encompasses many different things. Certainly one is to study the Bible and related commentaries and publications to add to your knowledge, but to also study nature by paying attention to nature in a more detailed way. We see the majesty and the genius of God's creation around us, and it speaks to us. You know, I've talked in the past about how miraculous it is to look at the diversity of flowers, insects, birds, and how is it that those all have become so distinctive, yet beautiful in their own ways. And certainly by studying nature, you can see God in so many different aspects. The third aspect of being a practicing disciple is to serve. Certainly, helping your fellow human being with their needs is what Jesus came to do for us. He came to serve, not to be served, as Scripture tells us. And the fourth aspect of being an effective disciple is to give. And, you know, we talk about stewardship in the church, but it's certainly not simply about money. Giving is about giving of yourself, giving of your time and your special talents, and also your treasure, so that you can strengthen the work of Christ through whatever church you might be a part of. And then the next and final aspect of being an effective disciple is to share. And to share means to share holistically, share in every respect, share emotionally, share physically, and share as a friend, share as a concerned fellow human being with other people. And that means sharing the good and the bad. So I thought it was important for us to maybe highlight these 5 things, because when you distill it all down, all of the work of the church, everything that you and I are trying to accomplish as good Christians, it's these 5 things. You know, we need to be active in worship and prayer. We need to study God's presence in the world. We need to study and serve other people. We need to give and we need to share. Now, if we can do all of those things effectively, and increasingly so, then we will have fulfilled our call to be active disciples. So, while I'm not reading scripture to you, I am sharing with you elements that are profound in scripture about God's will for us and what Jesus did as during his public ministry. So I hope you'll find this to be insightful. I hope you'll find it to be challenging in some way. Now, we're going to continue with our next Bible study that will also be on Zoom. We're also going to invite people to come to church, to be in person. So we'll do both. And the next topic is on Simon Peter, the reluctant disciple. It too is based on a book written by Pastor Adam Hamilton, and it's a 6-week session. So if you'd like to be a part of it, look for the Zoom invitation on Facebook, look for it on our website, and look for it in our weekly updates for those of you who are local in Wildwood. So I hope your week has been good. I hope that we will see you on Sunday for worship, either online or in person. And if you can't be in person at our place, find some place. Until we meet again, this is Pastor Don Erickson saying, God bless.